The routine is the actual behavior. The routine is the piece that we're focusing on today. The routine is what we seek. It is to become fit.
In the model, in the habit loop we just discussed, it is only suggested that you change your routine, which is why I was hinting at that example earlier, where if you have that routine, which a lot of people do, and some people don't, let's say you wanted to go to the gym. The perfect time to go to the gym, which most of us know, would be either before work or after work, because you already have that schedule in place in which if I go right after I get off work, I won't be changing too much. I already have the same cue. I'm going to get off at the same time. I'll hop in my car around the same time, and I'll get back to, let's call it, my home area around the same time. And the only thing I really want to change is right before I get home, I'll go to the gym.
Our routine is our goal, and our action in this phase is the setting of SMART fitness goals in order to pursue a healthy lifestyle and a level of fitness that we seek. It is suggested that the routine is the only element you change. For instance, if we're using that 9 to 5 example, let's assume it were possible to change the act of going to work and instead place that with going to the gym or some fitness activity. With everything else the same, meaning your cues, your wake up, your travel, your reward, your dinner, your favorite show, your family time, you'd probably be the greatest athlete ever, right? But on a serious note, of course, that's not feasible or manageable. For most people, though, it is possible. My point was to show you that the proper plan can help your goals the same way a light bulb can help us see.
Thing. So there is evidence that take the good with the bad and find a balance in life. As we are trying to really change our lives and make it an action, make it a lifestyle, we have to be balanced. We cannot go from one extreme to the other extreme because it's simply not manageable. Before we move to the next stage, there are a few things I want to say that you might already know, but just reminders in case you're either writing it down or really trying to outline a plan. The first one is make sure that if you're making a goal, so for instance, if my goal is to become fit, that your goal is SMART. If you haven't heard the acronym SMART before, it's specific, measurable, achievable, replicable, and timely. The point would be the same as what we've been talking about, which is if I'm going to have a goal in front of me, I want it to be something that is consistent and something that I can actually work into my schedule. I don't want to just go, oh, I'm going to run 7 miles tomorrow and then be so hurt the day after that that I don't get to run again. Another thing is the idea of implemental intention.
There's two separate implemental intentions that have been noted to help. The first one is the if then implemental intention. It is to state your goals in a fashion in which it is if this, then that. So, for instance, if I eat a cookie today, then I'll do 10 push ups. It is a tangible thing that you can hold yourself to and is very replicable. The second implemental intention is I will insert behavior at insert time in insert location. This is another very specific way to set your goals in which you can say, I will walk at 6 p.m. as soon as I get home. What it does is gives you an actionable and replicable task to do each and every time that you get home. And then last but not least is the reward. The reward is the positive reinforcement of behavior. A reward in itself is positive in nature, though reinforcement can be both positive and negative. The importance of giving yourself a reward is so that you remember both mentally and physiologically, meaning from your mind to your body, you are reinforcing the fact that you did something good today. Rewards can be anything. Everyone enjoys something different. It can be as simple as a piece of chocolate or candy after a workout. It can be your favorite book. It can be your favorite TV show. It could be a nice, good dinner. Find something that you enjoy and reward yourself with it after putting yourself through something that can be a little bit more stressful. Rewards help you sustain the schedule that you actually picked.
All right, so we have two more stages to dive into, but before we dive into maintenance and relapse or escape, I do want to emphasize that both of those stages are well down the line. If you are just getting started, you definitely want to focus on the first three stages, especially when it comes to the action stage, because maintenance itself is the maintenance of action. So if you have done nothing yet, you're in pre contemplation. If you're contemplating or starting to contemplate, you're at the stage where you need to start doing. And if you have started doing, we're going to talk about what it means to be consistent. But your goal is simply to be consistent. It's to do regularly, and to continue doing. Now let's talk about maintenance. I do want to urge that consistency really is key, and I'll repeat it. Consistency is key. The next stage that we dive into is maintenance, and that's ultimately where most people fall off. Beginners fail, hobbyists fail, pro athletes fail. We all fail. But who doesn't consistently fail is the person that you want yourself to be in the future. We talked about setting goals, we talked about mental fortitude. If you want to be that person that you dream to be, you have to make the commitment to not give up on yourself. When you do fail, you have to make the commitment to get back up and continue, and things of that nature. Um, you have to declare again that the future you will put your best foot forward always.